Hello, Anthony Fitzpatrick here from Greenfeet, and welcome to the second stage of our lawn construction, where today we're going to show you the use of a stone rake and how to properly seed your lawn. So you've seen from our first video what we were doing. We used a rake bucket, and the idea is just to grade the lawn roughly and just take off any big stones and just get a general leveling as level as you can possibly get. You're not going to get a dead level with this, but certainly you leave yourself a much better surface to work the stone rake, which we're going to look at now. This is the Harley rake. It's a 6 foot wide machine, and what you have here, you have these little teeth which all have little tungsten tip tops on them. So what happens, this thing rotates, and it's almost like, they're called a power rake, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're pulling away everything from the ground, so anything that's on the surface or a little below it, it'll pull it up. And you can either hold it, once you're the machine square, it'll pull stuff square with you. You have the option to take off the side guards. You have a hydraulic system that will turn this 15 degrees, so if you're on a bigger site, you can work your material to the centre. Then you can remove that material and bury it somewhere, or take it away off site altogether. But there's a really great finish with these, and they leave you a lovely seed bed, and they leave the ground nice and firm for seeding after. Okay, so what we're looking at here is a big pile of debris that we've taken from the front lawn. So what we've done in this construction, we're taking the front lawn, all the debris from the front, and what you have from the stone rake, which we'll go to in 1 second, is all these stones. So you're literally taking off everything from whatever size you want, and you're stripping them off the lawn, prepping the lawn, and also levelling at the same time. Now there's different methods of preparing ground, and sometimes you'll see people using stone barriers. Stone barriers are very good in certain situations. We use them from time to time, but the only problem with the stone barrier, you can get the soil fluffing up a lot from the barrier, because what you're doing literally is, it's like a rotavator working in reverse. So it's putting soil back over the stone all the time. But the problem is, when you fluff it enough, with the rain, the downpours, everything else, the weight comes on and the soil starts to settle. So you start to get slightly little depressions in the soil. With the stone rake, it's a better finish and leaves a better seed bed. It depends on what type job and what type finish you're looking for. So the first thing we always do with the Harley rake, to level the ground, we leave it square. As I said, you can pivot it 15 degrees either way, depending on where you want to move material, once you remove the side skirt on that side. So you have the option to let it go either side. But what we always do first is we leave on both side skirts, and we just pull it square. So what we're doing, we're leveling the side, and then we look at removing the material then either side after. So just what we do when we start, we always open up that flap here. You see the flap? That's controlling the material that we want to let through. So we always open that up nearly full, or second notch on it, and then when we want to go fine raking, we just drop down this flap here. You see it going down. So now you're controlling the size of material that you want coming through. So anything bigger than this is going to get dragged along or pushed to one side, so you can remove it off the side. So as I said earlier, once we pull it square and our two side skirts is on, what's happening, we're raking off all these stones that's on the surface. And really, if you were to try to do this with hand labour, an area of 500 square metres, you could be 3-4 days at it. Or with this machine, you're probably looking at the guts of an hour, and you'd have the area cleared of all the stone and debris. And again, it's ideal in the situation here, because we've some backfilling to do by a wall here, so this is good material for doing the likes of that. There's loads of stones and debris in there. So you can see from our first pass, you can see the difference. This is the second pass on the area. This is after the first pass. So the first pass, we're removing the stones this type of size. So as we close our guide on the machine, we're starting to get down finer. After our third pass, we have a real good seed bed here for seeding. There's no stones, no debris, and a nice even compact surface for seeding. When I say compact, I don't mean that the soil's compact, but you're getting a nice, so you've very little settlement taking place after. Okay, so now we've completed our work with the Harley rake, and you can see we're left with a nice, I used the word compact earlier on, but I suppose it's more, you have a nice firm seed bed. So if we go down 2 inches or so, the ground here is good and firm underneath, so you're getting that top 2 inches or so, so you have a nice seed bed, and that's what you want. So you're going to have very little movement after the seeding takes place. Now always, before we ever seed, we'd always apply our very own high P fertiliser. So basically we just sprinkle this on, obviously with a spreader, just prior to seeding. So as the fertiliser breaks down and the seed starts to germinate, it just gives it that push right the way through, and you're looking at maybe a 3-month longevity with this feed. So it sees it right through to the 2nd to 3rd leaf stage. So now that our soil is tilled and prepared and we have our high P fertiliser out there, it's just down to the seeding now. And what we use for seeding, where we have the space for them, we use the black cultipack. It's probably one of the best ways of ever seeding to get a nice even strike. The beauty of the cultipack, what you have these old, what they used to call in the old days, like a ring roller. So you have one to the front, you also have one to the back. So you're getting a double roll. We'd normally, even with the cultipack, would probably go over the area seeding 2 to 3 times. And what you get is a lovely uniform strike. You don't have any misses, so you have a nice even lawn coming in. And the idea being, each rotation you do on it, just slightly change your angle, so you really get a lovely knit seed coming through. So the added addition to the black cultipack is, you get the stand on the back here. Number one, it's nice, you don't have to work as hard running around after it. But the main reason is you're getting weight down on the back roller, and in my case there's nice weight there, so you're getting a nice firm seed bed in there. Okay, so we're going to crack on with the seeding here and get the job finished. Don't forget to join us for the next part, where we're going to look at the lawn maybe in 2-3 weeks time. With fescue, it's that little bit slower growing than your rice, so probably 2 to 3 weeks, as I say, we'll come back, have a look at, see the progress, how it's going, look at when it gets to the 2nd, 3rd leaf stage, and then the installation of the automower itself on the garden. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. We'll see you the next time.